out where the dust whips the silence around, in a valley where the damned souls parade, stands an old town, just curses and shrouds, where even the brave seldom tread. Echoes of train whistles, sad midnight calls, whiskey bottles shattered by ghostly despair, each crumbling wall a story it bawls of love lost and lives claimed unfair. Dance, dance, the dead man's valley waltz, under moonlight with shadows you've crossed. Twirl with the memories and the desert frost. Dance, dance till you pay the final cost. Once loved a maiden with fire in her eyes. In this town my heart she did claim, but betrayal burns under cold starlit skies. She left the church burned in her name. I searched every canyon, called out in vain. Only echoes of my pleas came on back. The wind laughed, carrying her sweet scent again on the same dusty forsaken track. Dance, dance, the dead man's valley waltz, spin with spirits, the old tales retold. Twirl with the dust where your dreams were sold. Dance, dance till the truth unfolds. In the tavern's low light I heard a tale old of a lady with eyes fiery red, haunted the valley seeking love she once sold for gold to the now walking dead. I knew right then what next I must face, the ghost of my past and her deceitful grace. Dance, dance, the dead man's valley waltz, with the ghost of my lost false heart cause. Twirl her around, in the silence we'll pause. Dance, dance in the cold under stars' applause. Let her go, let the past finally die, as the valley keeps our waltz alive. Dance, dance till the end justifies the pain, the love, under wide open skies. Out where the dust storms cover up the sun, I walk alone, my shadow weighs a ton. Whiskey bottle empty lies cracked upon the ground. Each step whispers stories in this ghost town I've found. Buried in the dusty boots beneath the cursed land, fate's written in the sand, with a gun in my trembling hand. Echoes of a train whistle calling out to lost souls in silent deserts where the wind forever moans. Found an old church, its bell silent and burned. Memories of love lost and the bitter lessons learned. She was a wildfire, her touch both warm and cold. Now just a whisper betrayal in stories left untold. Bare in the dusty boots underneath chance. Hear a train whistle fading like the pulse of a ghost heart. In these silent deserts, even death can part. Face to face with my reflection in a shard of glass, haunted by what I've become, shadows of the past. Whispers turn to shouts in the vortex of my mind. A showdown looming, not leaving this curse behind. Dusty boots where my grave quietly waits, acceptance in the silence as the cold night abates. Trains cry like a lullaby in the vastness of the night. In the heart of the desert, I embrace the fading light. In the hollows of a ghost town, where the wind whispers sins, moonlight dances on shattered glass. The night show begins beneath the sway of a hangman's tree. Shadows merge and part, each step they take a silent claim on a forsaken heart. So waltz, waltz with the shadows under the devil's moon, where coyotes howl and the whiskey drowns out sorrow's tune. In the dust of cursed lands, where lost souls find their call, we spin with ghosts of yesterday at the shadows waltz. Once loved a girl with fire in her eyes and a storm in her laugh. Promised her forever 'neath the stars on our broken path. But betrayal's breeze swept through our dreams, left me cold and scorned, with nothing but her echo in the chapel where we'd sworn. So waltz, waltz with the shadows under the devil's moon, past burning churches, through the night that can't come too soon. For every love that's lost, a specter's tale it installs. We dance a dance of vengeance in the shadows waltz. By the old train tracks I heard the whistle of our past, a melody so bitter in desert wind so vast. She's just a ghost in the tumbleweeds, a whisper in my flask. Tonight the shadows claim me as I rip off the mask. Waltz, waltz with the shadows, let the cold truth be shown. In this silent desert, revenge burns in the bones. Here's to the love forgotten, in their graves unadorned. We fade into the night where the haunted quiet, where the last of trust had lied. Together we'll embrace in a dance that never stalls, forever caught in the endless loop of the shadows' waltz. Under the blood moon's eerie glow, whiskey bottles lay with secrets they won't show. In the heart of a ghost town side, a lone train whistle moans a forsaken lullaby. Ashes of the silent grave keep my bitter tales, haunted dreams of a lover's ghost where justice fails. On cursed sands where we once swore, now nothing but whispers of the love we bore. Dust storms dance on forgotten lands, where I once held her with these trembling hands. Betrayal's knife, sharp and cold, left me with nothing but a memory to hold. Ashes of the silent grave speak of pain so brave, echoes of a burning church, the fate I brave. Whispers in the desert air calling me to atone. All that's left is a heart as dry as bone. Face the ghost of what can no longer be. The wind cries out a name through the dust, a cursed land's plea in redemption I must trust. Ashes of the silent grave where my demons lay, in the dark a gunslinger's path, come what may. Revenge or resignation under the cold moon's wave. I ride through the night, a soul no longer to save. A tale woven in the silence of desolation, a haunted melody, a gunslinger's last salvation. Out where the whistle cuts the silence, beneath the shadow of the dying sun, stands a ghost town, tales untethered under the curse of what's been done. Whiskey bottles lay in dust, footprints vanish, trust to rust. No mercy in the desert wind, it howls your sins, can't hide from them. Echoes of the past ring loud in abandoned streets under thunder clouds. No mercy where the heart once stayed, only shadows move where we once lay. There was love beneath these big old skies, till betrayal sent it to its grave. Night's cold arms embraced my sorrow beside the church where we once prayed. A train cries out like a mournful ghost, along these tracks my pain host. No mercy in the desert wind, cries like the saints who witness sin. Memories bleed as they spin in the silent town, edged by din.
face the dawn with my shadow long, across the sand where I felt wrong. The mirror of the sky, stark and white, showed me the place where my demons hide. In the eye of the storm, with the calm of the quake, I found my heart too shattered to break. No mercy in the desert wind, I walk alone where our dreams had been. In the dust, your laughter whispers across the forsaken land that shivers. No mercy, yet I stand revenge unspun. In the quiet dust, I'm the haunted one. And the desert knows, it always knows, no mercy in the wind that blows.
In a town where the church bells no longer toll, whiskey bottles lay beside each forsaken soul. Dust swirls where the rose once grew, under skies no longer clear nor blue. Train whistle splits the cursored air. Echoes bound for nowhere from nowhere. Gone with the ashes, faded so fast. Memories of the future, ghosts of the past. In the silence of the desert where the lost love scream, I wandered through the remnants of a forsaken dream. Here stood a church, now charred and burned, a testament to the lessons we never learned. She whispered of love as sweet as spring's first rain, but her heart hid secrets, bound in chains of pain. By the forgotten graves we made our solemn vows, but her betrayal left nothing but shadows and hollows. Gone with the ashes, lost in the blaze, the fire in her eyes now just smoky haze. In the whiskey's burn where the heartache teems, I drown in the currents of broken dreams. On that night with the moon as my witness, I faced the truths as cold as the desert's kiss. A revolver's echo, a cry in the dark, what's left of justice in a world so stark. Ashes, I ride alone through silent deserts where the winds moan. With each step forward, my past I redeem. In the land of the lost I reclaim my dream. Gone with the ashes under starlit beams. In the haunted quiet I sow my seams. In the shade of a ghost town under the cursed moon's eye, I walk past whiskey bottles lined like forgotten men. Dust whispers tales in the silence of the dry, where the church once burning holds secrets it won't defend. Gone with the high sky, where the lost souls fly, carving names in the bones of this land. Echoes of a train whistle bleeding through the night. In the heart of the desert I make my final stand. Her love was a mirage, a fleeting shadow on the sand. Promises as empty as the graves hidden from sight. Betrayed by a kiss, led astray by a treacherous hand. Now every star above us bears witness to my plight. Gone with the hollow sky, where the cold winds lie. Memories haunt the edges of my mind. That same old train whistle, a ghost calling me to fight. In the silence of the desert, what's lost I'll never find. Face to face with my reflection in a broken saloon glass. The echo of my heartbeat sinks with boots on wooden floors. The past is a shadow, future's a past. Tonight I'll settle scores as the hollow sky implores. With the hollow sky, this is where I'll lie. Beneath the land that's soaked with my sins. No more train whistles, no more reasons why. As the desert claims me, my new life begins. In the shadow of the dust-blown chapel, where the whiskey stains the barren ground, lies a tale of an outlaw faded and frazzled in a ghost town where silence is the only sound. whistle moans through cursed lands afar, echoing the screams that never quite heal. Blood on his heart under a vengeful star, with a grip as cold as steel. Blood on the outlaw heart, riding through the storm, cursed from the start, where the forlorn forms in the dead of night, where shadows part. Only the moon knows the blood on the outlaw heart. Once loved a girl with fire in her eyes, in a time when his soul wasn't sold to the gun. Betrayal burned under sapphire skies. Now he's just a shadow, always on the run. A forgotten grave, a burning church, memories as harsh as the desert sands. Each step he takes, a painful lurch in this desolate, forsaken land. Blood on the outlaw heart, darkness at his side, haunted by the part where the last light died. In the silent desert, he makes his art, painting his sorrow with blood on the outlaw heart. In the heart of night he hums a lonesome tune, the truth he seeks but never hopes to find. Blood on the outlaw heart, a tale of rage and scorn. On this cursed path he was reborn. In his final stand, as shadows dart, he embraces the dust. Blood on the outlaw heart, the echo of his deeds, a whisper in the dark, as the world forgets the blood on the outlaw. Out where the whistle cuts the silence like a knife, dust devils dance with the ghost of a forgotten life. Underneath the crescent moon's mournful glow lies a tale of a man buried by the lonely road. Beneath the stones where the wild winds are roamed lies a heart turned cold, a soul never atoned. Whiskey whispers in bottles never sold, his secrets buried deep in the lonely church where once the faithful prayed. He lost his love to another's wicked, wayward ways. vengeance festering in a heart that overflowed. He rode through silent deserts to the cursed abode. Beneath the stones where the wild winds roamed lies a heart turned cold, a soul never atoned. Echoes of gunfire, a life deposed, fate sealed and buried in the lonely by the light of a fire that burned both church and creed. He faced the man who sowed the treacherous seed. In the dust they drew till death did decode the price of sin on this desolate, lonely road. Now beneath the stars where silent stories are stowed rests a gunslinger's pride in the ground erode. Just a nameless stone where the cold winds blowed. Another soul buried deep in the lonely road. In the town where shadows whisper under the devil's moon, boots stir the cursed dust to the old saloon's croon. A trail of whiskey bottles marks the path he rides. Every step a story where sorrow abides. Echoes from the dusty boots, tales of guns and loot. In the silence of the ghost town, under the sky so brewed, his heart a buried treasure in graves no cross could root. Haunted by the love he lost in this desolate pursuit. Years back, young and wild, love was his to claim. A beauty from the east, Lily was her name. Betrayed by a brother's hand for the gold in the vein, left her in the burning church with his soul in chains. Echoes from the dusty boots, cries of pain astute through the howling dust storms, past the hanging noose. His vows whispered to the winds, promises turned obtuse, riding through the cursed lands, a heart that won't truce. In the mirror of the night,
By the train's lonesome whistle, he faced the ghost of what was, his resolve now brittle, a reckoning in the quiet, with the stars as his witness. 2 shots in the darkness seal the betrayer's kiss. Echoes from the dusty boots, now slowly mute, in the town forever silent, justice absolute. His love an eternal echo through deserts so acute. A lone gunslinger's tale ends where lives once took root. In the dusk of Lonesome Hollow, where the ghost trains whistle low, a dusty breeze spins tales of a love from long ago. Underneath old hanging lanterns, with shadows casting doubt, whiskey bottles lay forgotten, and the roses are all out. Dance the roses in the casket walls under the moon's cold stare. Silent steps on cursed lands, perfume hanging in the air. Where every petal dropped is a sin, each thorn a tale of scorn. Dance the waltz of the fallen night, where veils of sorrow are worn. She was beauty like the sunrise in a town too rough to tame, but her heart hid secret shadows with a love she never claimed. By the chapel stood her lover, not the one she vowed to keep. Church bells rang their silent warning in a town too dead to weep. Dance the roses in the casket waltz with echoes soft and frail. Betrayals breeze through burning church o'er the hills and dusty trail. Each step a haunting memory, each turn a whisper's breath. Dance the waltz of ghostly veils, twirling closer to their death. Silence of the desert, beset by stars' cold light, he found the grave unspoken where she lay in endless night. Across the wasteland's whisper, he swore by blood and stone, her betrayal would not linger where the sands of time had blown. So dance the roses in the casket waltz to settle old debts past, a gunslinger's final showdown where only shadows cast. With each petal lies a story, in the ground a lover's curse. Dance the waltz in the quiet land where silence ends the verse.
the whisper of the wind through the chapel's charred remains, under moonlit dust, where the silence speaks in veins. An old ghost town sleeps in the shadow of its sins. Echoes of my boots like whispers of forgotten hymns. Whiskey bottle clutched, a faithful friend in this demise, in the heart of cursed lands, where my only refuge lies. Oh, the shadows dance where the wild coyotes call. Lost love's a ghost spinning tales of my downfall. Beneath the starlit scorn and the devil's own deceit, the shadows ballad plays where revenge and sorrow meet. There's a tale of love like a mirage in desert heat. Her laughter once a melody, now a retreat. Betrayed by a kiss and a Judas on the prowl. In the silent desert, the sins begin to scour. Train whistle moans, a sound from air is gone, carrying dreams like dust, forever drawn and drawn. Oh, the shadows dance where the wild coyotes call. Her ghost in my dreams, a haunting perpetual. Under the gaze of God and a sky that won't forget, the shadows ballad plays on a stage of deep regret. By the burning church I stood with a gun in my hand, faced the traitor's eyes on this cursed forsaken land. The storm in my heart louder than the howling gust. In the shadows ballad, in its justice I entrust. So hear the shadows dance, and here I make my stand. Revenge or grace by the trigger of my hand. In the haunted quiet where old loves are interred, the shadows ballad ends without another word. Under a blood-red sky, I ride through the sand, past ghost towns and graves in this God-forsaken land. A whiskey bottle clutched, memories flood like rain. The echoes of the past whispering with pain. Riding through the cursed land, heart heavy as stone, lost love and betrayal. In this desert I roam, each mile witches that were spun found love in her eyes, 'neath the same burning sun. But a train whistle moans, a dirge for my soul. She's gone with the shadows where the night winds blow. Riding through the cursed land, guns at my side, silent desert's witness to the tears I've denied. Seek redemption or a bullet to end my plight. Riding through the cursed land, through the endless night. Justice, but there's no peace to find. Only whispers of the past twisting through my mind. Riding through the cursed land, this tale's nearly done. Fate's a cruel mistress under this merciless sun. But I've made my final stand, riding through the cursed land, gun cold in my hand.
In a ghost town where the dust storm weaves, under moonlight whiskey whispers beg you to grieve. Cracked leather boots stepping over cracked clay, streets that echo tales of the runaway. Bottles clank like the chime of a haunted bell, spinning stories in this forsaken, lonesome hell. Dancing with whiskey under cut starlight, feeling every demon that haunts the night. Twirling the shadows of those who've sinned, where lost souls wander and bitter winds grin. Remnants of love like smoke from the church fire, ashes floating over a spire mired in mire. She was a vision too vivid for these barren lands, but she slipped like sand through old weathered hands. Train whistles mourn like a lover's goodbye, echoing cross plains where forgotten graves lie. Dancing with whiskey with memories too thick, each sip a story, every gulp a trick. Spin with the ghosts of what used to be, in the silence of the desert, the only place I'm free. There at the bar, saw her face in the glass, haunting the mirrors, a specter of the past. Confrontation with the soul I used to be, for revenge turned love into this dusty decree. Dancing with whiskey, now my only bride, swaying alone where hope and heartache collide, accepting this fate with a revolver
Ghostland. I'm a ghost forevermore.
Riding through the ghost town, boots dragging in the dust, a photograph in my pocket, and a pistol starting to rust. Her name still burns like bourbon in the silence of my throat. And the stars don't shine above me like they did before she spoke. There's whiskey in the dust, blood on the barn door. She left with the preacher, I swore I'd even the score. Now I drink to her shadow and I spit on the flame. She took my soul to heaven and cursed me by name. The saloon's a grave of echoes, just chairs and broken lights. I carved her name on oak wood, for I watched it burn and die. My hands still shake from memories that the devil won't erase. She kissed me like salvation, then vanished without a trace. There's whiskey in the dust and the bottle's running low. No prayers left for sinners on this blackened rodeo. I ain't chasing forgiveness, I ain't begging for peace. I just ride for the silence where her memory ceased. Maybe death ain't the end, just a place she went before. And maybe I'll find her voice through that burned church door. But till then I'll keep riding with the wind at my back and this curse in my chest under skies painted black. There's whiskey in the dust and her ghost in my hand. I loved her like fire, now I burn like the land. She said not all men die, some just fade and combust. So I drink for the damned with my whiskey in the dust. In the shadows of the old ghost town, under a blood red sky, whiskey bottles lay buried, secrets that the dirt won't hide. Wind moans through the chapel's broken spine, an unholy serenade. Echoes of a train whistle, like ghosts of the love we betrayed. Beneath the lost love lies a heart turned to stone. Underneath the silent desert where I wander alone, cursed by the whispers of the love that we burn in this haunted wasteland. No lesson was learned. Once held you in the moonlight, now shadows twist where you stood. Beneath the oak in forgotten graves, it's understood. You whispered of salvation with a dagger behind your smile. Left me with nothing but the vengeance simmering wild. Beneath the lost love lies a heart turned to stone. Underneath the silent desert where I roam alone, cursed by the ashes of the dreams we once knew. In this forsaken land, only despair grew. Came upon the burning church, the flames dance with my fury. You lock it in the ashes, the judge and the jury. Smoke rises to the heavens like the prayers of the damned. My heart bleeds not for mercy but the justice my hands demand. Beneath the lost love, a revenant I've become, a specter in the wastelands under the scorching sun. With revenge as my compass, this gun by my side, I'll find peace in the shadows where the restless spirits bide. In the silence under a ghost town moon, whiskey bottles lay preaching beside the saloon. A dusty wind cries through streets that forgot their names, where I danced my pains on the tracks of the midnight train. Oh, I'm dancing with the midnight train, its wheels singing sorrow, calling out my name. In its haunting I find my bane under the starless sky. I'm dancing with the midnight train. The chapel bells rang once in a fire's embrace, a lover's vow gone as smoke in a cold heart's trace. She left with a veil of shadow, my love turned to disdain. Now every night to that whistle I stake my claim. Oh, I'm dancing with the midnight train, tracks wet with the in the gusts through the window pane. With each whistle whistle, the echoes of my sin. The deeds at night, the fire, the fight, the gin. A reckoning's due, the past rides fierce and fast. What's lost is lost, what's done, it's meant to last. So I'm dancing with the midnight train, bearing scars too deep in love's relentless pain. Here amongst the ruins where spirits remain, I dance alone, the outlaw the night can't contain. Yes, I'm dancing forever with the midnight train.
Round town, the sun sets like a bleeding wound. Whiskey bottle lays half empty beside a note that came too soon. Dust swirls where the church once stood, now just ashes misunderstood. Echoes of a train long gone like whispers of the should have been. I'm dancing with the devil's deal, boots sinking in cursed sand. Every step a story of a broken promise in these haunted lands. My reflection in the bottle tells of cold winds and heartbreak's knell. Dancing with the devil's deal, a waltz in hell's on fiery reel. Once loved a girl with storm cloud eyes in a town too prone to lies. Behind her smile, secrets hidden in her heart, a dark and bid. The night she left, the sky did scream on love lost like forgotten dream. Now I roam a ghost in boots past burning churches and uprooted roots. Dancing with the devil's deal under stars that no longer feel. Her whisper haunts the desert's chill, her betrayal a bitter pill. Ghost towns echo our last farewell, in each step a story to tell. Dancing with the devil's deal, in silence my fate I seal. At the crossroads no lanterns burn, just my shadow and the lessons learned. Her face in every grain of sand, her voice as distant as the land. I face the devil with eyes clear, no more to lose, nothing left to fear. Love and vengeance hand in hand, tonight I make my final stand. Dancing with the devil's deal, where once was hard now nothing feels. This dance might last a soul's appeal, on cursed grounds my fate I seal. With each step a tale of woe, in silent deserts I let go. Dancing with the devil's deal, in dust storms I find my zeal. So here's my story, a ballad sung of love lost and deeds undone. May you listen and then travel on through silent deserts where I've gone. In the night, if you hear my tune, remember the dance beneath the moon. Dancing, always dancing with the devil's crew. Relentless deal. In the heart of a ghost town, under a cursed moon's glare, stands the old wooden barn at the edge of despair. Whiskey bottles lay shattered where secrets don't die, and the echoes of train whistles sing out a lonesome cry. Dust storms rise with a vengeance from the silent desert floor, as shadows dance in the flames of the barn's fiery door. Dancing with a burning barn, spinning in its fiery waltz, twisting round the cinders, holding tight to what was lost. Every flicker tells a tale of love that turned to scorn. Haunted hearts keep dancing on the night the barn burned warm. She swore love by the river beneath the willow shade, but her promises were empty, just like the bed we made. Found her whispering in moonlight in a stranger's coat of arms. By dawn I watch my bitter tears feed the flames upon my farm. Burning church on the hill, its bell told her to cede. Forgotten graves stirred, their silence incomplete. Dancing with a burning barn, whirling in its scalding embrace. Each ember a memory, each shadow a face. Every spark a whisper of nights when love was sworn. Cursed hearts keep dancing on the night the barn burned ash-laden whispers, the desert winds confess. In every crackling timber, I hear her sweet redress. Ghostly waltz in the firelight, the past refuses to die. Dancing with the specters neath the black, starless sky. Dancing with a burning barn, scorched earth under my feet, moving through the memories that refuse to retreat. Every fire dies down, but this ghost will always mourn. A heart forever dancing where that old barn burned warm.
Out where the dust storm cloaked the dawn, near the old churchwood's cross long gone, stands the remains of a charred wood frame where the whiskey whispers a forgotten name. Midnight train whistles mourn their tune for a love lost neath the blood red moon. Whoa. And the flames dance wild in haunted eyes, in the burning barn under cursed star skies. The ghost of a heart that couldn't stay confined by
by the chains or the love or the hands of time. She rode in on the tail of a tempest wind, with tales of betrayal sketched under her skin. In the back of the bar, under low-slung lights, she plotted revenge on a cold, dark night. Two lovers entwined, then unraveled by fate, a vow carved in sorrow, sealed by hate. And the flames leapt high with her vengeful cries, in the burning barn under storm-swept skies. Revenge, a bitter trail from the choices we choose, on paths paved in blood and old hearts' dues. In the ash and the ember I found my peace, as the fire cleansed my soul, gave my spirit release. There in the glow her shadow did rise, a silhouette of remorse under smoldering sky. Forgiveness, a phantom in the smoke we embrace, while the past and the present in the flames interlace. So the barn burns down to the ground of sin, with our memories fading like the smoke in the wind. Now every night